Breaking news, we now know new details in the tragic passing of Ashley Janae. Ashley Robinson, who went by Ashley Janae on social media, and her new fiance were on vacation in Tanzania. On April 3rd, during their vacation, her boyfriend at the time proposed becoming her fiance. Then on April 5th, Ashley celebrated her 31st birthday. All of the photos and celebration that we have seen took place at this hotel. On April 6th, Ashley and her fiance moved to a different hotel just north. When they arrived, Ashley and her fiance were staying in room 25. 2 days after they arrived, they got into an altercation and hotel staff moved them apart. This was after room 24, which was directly next to the couple's bungalow, complained of the noise. Ashley's fiance was moved to this bungalow area. Shortly after that, a hotel attendant was making their rounds for inspections and they found Ashley looking for a phone charger and they were able to get her one. She then asked the attendant to return in about 15 minutes. When the hotel worker eventually went back to her room, the door was locked and the lights were off. Using a spare key,
I ain't trying to be funny, I swear I ain't. But white men do not know how to break up with nobody. Either you gonna come up missing or you gonna come up gone. You gotta break up with them in church or something, at the house of the Lord. Don't you try to break up with no white man on vacation, at home. You gotta break up with them at a family reunion or at Disney World in front of everybody. They definitely don't know how to break up with no black woman. They get all that good black and then you try to leave them. You done invited them to the cookhouse. They got to enjoy all of the black shit that we offer and season their food all good. They licking their fingers and shit after they eat. I ain't did no shit like that before. I ain't finna let you leave them, not without a fight. And when you break up with them, make it a clean cut. Don't be trying to go back to the house where I forgot my toothbrush. That ain't just interracial with white men. They doing it to the white women too. White men break up with women like lesbians break up with women. They gonna shoot you, fight you, stump you, whatever they got to do to make motherfuckers stop breathing. And I ain't trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. Look it up. Look up the statistics. I ain't saying don't date them. I'm just saying don't break up with them. You gotta be with them for life. Or break up with them at church. On Easter Sunday where everybody there. Ain't one doubt in my mind that man had something to do with that beautiful young lady's death in Tanzania.
Greetings, original souls. I am here to call you back to your original power. Today we are talking about the inverse architect, the system that is designed to disrupt the frequency of the melanated woman, the original portal of life. I'm dropping these high vibrational breadcrumbs because you need to know the truth about the 3D matrix and why it is obsessed with your physical temple. Have you ever wondered why in the movies or in the dark corners of the world they're so focused on our organs, our children, organs, especially the FBA, the so-called Black American organs? It's not just about biological. It's about energetic parasitism. The architects of the system, the recessives, has disconnected themselves from source, as you already know. They can't get their energy from the sun or the ether anymore. This is to remind those that don't know or have forgotten. They become dim, so they look at us, the original portal, as walking power plants, batteries. As you may know already and should, our melanin is not just skin, it's not just what's inside of our DNA, it's conductors, cosmic light. Our organs are hardware. Literal hardware designed to hold high, very high frequencies, dimensional frequencies of light. When they try and put their parts in our bodies, they aren't just trying to live longer. They're trying to piggyback on our ancestral connection to source, to the stars. They need the battery because they've lost their charge. They use fear tactics to make us leak that energy. They target our children, our sanctuaries, our food, our air, everything, our pets, anything you can think of, they target it. And our peace, because when we're in a low state of vibration, a state of panic, our frequency drops. And when our frequency drops, we become harvestable. But listen to me, the connection is being reclaimed. I am anchoring into my crystalline body by various spiritual ways, and I suggest Black women, everybody needs to do the same, especially FBA women, especially so-called Black women. I'm standing on the 39th floor inside of my consciousness, and I'm telling you the 3D matrix is just a horror movie that is losing its power. You are not a victim of the system if you listen. You are a master architect who has been asleep for eons. And it's time to start waking up, doing the work on yourself so you will not become harvestable. When you do the work on yourself, detoxifying your body, stop eating shit from the stores, start meditating, start cleansing yourself, start washing with products that is natural, brushing your teeth with products that is natural, sitting in the sun, sun gazing, your DNA starts to change and you become untouchable. Your frequency is your shield. Once you do that, you can definitely rely on your sanctuary that you have built. And there, you stay inside of your internal sanctuary. You will be safe, so-called Black woman. They will not be able to harvest your organs. 100,000, 120,000 transplants are needed every year. 22 people die waiting for those transplants. Your organs, your melanated organs are gold. And if you are so-called black, FBA, your organs are cosmic gold. Do you think the rich recessives will wait for an organ when they already have you marked as their blood type or as their organ type? Remember, Trayvon Martin, Kenneka Jenkins, and now Ashley Janae. This is not a game. It is time to do the work on yourself. It is time to shield yourself so you can become unharvestable. They need your organs to survive. Don't let it be you. Do the work on yourself.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a story of a young girl, Ashley. She's an American influencer that went to celebrate her birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania with her fiance, and she was dead. Like, she's currently dead now, and these are the reactions of America. Sit back and watch this video.
We now have clarification and new details in the timeline of Ashley Robinson. So before you guys ask me for a source, this is coming from ABC News. Joe McCann is being questioned by police in Tanzania. They have confiscated his passport. This has been confirmed by officials. The timeline, according to officials, is that on the evening of April 8th, hotel guests came to staff and said there's a couple that's been arguing. They went to the room to check on them, and that's when they decide to separate them. They put them in separate villas, which is apparently an 8 to 10 minute walk away from each other. From when they are separated, it is 2 to 3 hours later that Ashley is then found. When she is found, it is Joe with a security person at the time that she's found. So it wasn't just him, and it wasn't just a staff person. It was him and this security person that found her. This is why the family is pushing for any surveillance video, because that will clear up whether anyone else was in and out of her room beforehand. It also said that the family is expecting autopsy results tomorrow. So obviously I'll keep you posted on that. The family was at the embassy in DC today trying to get more answers and help. They are trying to get to Zanzibar. So I think there is a GoFundMe going around. I will put that in my story. And obviously if there are any other updates, I'll keep you posted.
Okay, y'all, so I am back. There has been a major break in the Ashley Janae case. Now, according to the Director for Criminal Investigation in Zanzibar, Tanzania, Africa, they just released a press conference in a statement regarding this case. Now, I got a clip of the press conference. I'm going to play it for y'all. Now, let me remind y'all that this press conference is in their language, but this video has English subtitles down at the bottom. Now, if you know how to read fast, kudos to you. But if you don't worry about it. I took the deliberation in writing everything down that is being said, okay? So, I'm going to play this clip for y'all, and when I come back, we're going to talk about it.
Mmoja kati ya wahudumu wa vyumba ambaye mara kwa mara amekuwa akipita time za jioni kwa ajili ya kufanya huduma kama kuuliza dawa au kama kuna mtu ana changamoto yoyote anahitaji huduma ya hoteli, basi anaweza akasaidiwa. Mhudumu huyo alikwenda pale mapema kwanza majira ya 1:30, akakutana na mhusika kwa maana Ashley na kutaka kumuuliza kama anahitaji huduma yoyote. Akamwambia kwamba nitahitaji huduma lakini naomba uje baada ya dakika 10. Lakini kwa sasa hivi naomba uniazime chaji yako, maana naona simu yangu chaji yake kidogo ina changamoto. Yule mhudumu jina tunalihifadhi kwa sasa kwa sababu tunaendelea na uchunguzi. Alichofanya yeye ni kumpa ile chaja na kuendelea kutoa huduma kwa wateja wa vyumba vingine. Akaingia chumba namba 24, akaingia 26. Baadaye akaja kukumbuka kwamba ana haja ya kurudi tena kwenye chumba namba 25 ambacho Ashley alikuwa anaishi. Aliporudi tena baada kama dakika 20, akagonga ule mlango, akakuta mlango haufunguki na hakuna mtu anayefungua, lakini taa zote za ndani zikiwa zimezimwa. Kwa kuwa yeye alikuwa ana ufunguo wa dharura pale anapotembea akakuta mlango haufunguki, basi alitumia ufunguo huo kufungua kuangalia ndani kuna nini. Alipofungua akakuta kuna giza, lakini alipofungua na kujaribu kufunga mlango ili aendelee kukagua zaidi ndani, akasikia kama kishindo upande wa kushoto ambapo kuna makabati ya nguo, na alipoangalia akamwona huyu mgeni wa kike aitwa Ashley akiwa ananing'inia kwenye kabati kwa ndani kwa kutumia kamba ya nguo ya yale masweta ya kujihifadhia mle ndani ya chumba, ile kamba ya kujifunga kiunoni, tumboni, lakini akafungwa juu kwenye henga zile pale kwenye hoteli. Nadhani unaona kwenye makabati kunakuwa na chuma ambacho kinakuwa na henga. Kwa hiyo alifunga pale, akafunga, akamkuta pale akiwa anatapatapa. Akatoka mbio sasa huyu mhudumu kwenda kutoa taarifa, na ndio uongozi wa hoteli ukafika pale haraka na kumshusha haraka ili kumpa huduma ya kwanza na kumwaisha hospitali ya jirani ili kupata huduma kwa haraka. Mara kupata huduma pale hospitali.
Okay, y'all, so I am back. I already know what y'all saying. That video was horrible. But guess what? That was the only video that I could pull up at the time. But just like I told y'all, don't worry about it because I wrote down everything that was being said in the video. So I am about to read back to you guys what was said in the video that y'all just watched. Okay, so listen to this. It said, one of the attendants who usually passes by in the evening for purposes such as providing services like spraying insecticide, or if a guest has any issues needing hotel assistance, then they can be helped. That attendant had first gone there earlier around 7:30 p.m. and met the individual that is Ashley and tried to ask her if she needed any services, and she told him or her that she would need the services but asked him or her to return after 10 minutes. But for now, she requested to borrow their charger, saying her phone charger had an issue. The attendant name is being withheld for now as investigation continues. What he did was give her the charger and continue servicing other rooms. He went into room number 24, then room number 25. Later, he remembered that he had promised to return to room 25 where Ashley was staying. When he returned after about 20 minutes, he knocked on the door. The door was not open and no one responded. But all the lights inside were off. Since he had a key, an emergency key used while on duty, when they find the door is closed, they use the emergency key when the doors are closed. He used that key to open and check what was inside. Upon opening, he found it was dark, but after opening and trying to close the door, he continued checking inside. He heard a thud on the left side where the wardrobes are. Wardrobes are closets. And when he looked, he saw her, this female guest named Ashley, hanging inside the wardrobe, using a clothing rope from the sweater kept inside the rooms. The sweater is the hotel robes. The belt from the robe is what was used. Okay, like the tied around the waist, but she had tied it above on the hanger rod. In the hotel, I think you know, on the top of the wardrobe there is a rod where hangers are placed, so she tied it there and tied herself. He found her struggling and ran out. The attendant rushed to report, and the hotel management quickly arrived and took her down to give first aid and rushed her to a nearby hospital to receive urgent care after receiving initial treatments. Okay, so out of everything that I just read back to y'all, let me tell y'all one of the main things that stood out to me the most is when he said the attendant walked into Ashley's room and saw her struggling in the closet, ran to report it. So, to my understanding, and stop me if I'm wrong, to my understanding, that means that when he entered into Ashley's room and found her struggling, hanging in the closet, she was alive. And instead of him helping her get down, he ran out to go report it. Now that don't add up to me. That don't add up to me, not one bit. And another thing that stood out to me was that when y'all just heard him say the attendant knocked on Ashley's door and didn't get a response. So he used the emergency key that they use while they're on duty to enter into a guest room. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When did hotel staff start entering to their guest rooms without permission? Now, I know that this is in Africa, and I'm pretty sure that they have their own set of rules, but as long as I've been going to hotels, I have never known for a hotel staff to enter into my room without me inviting them in. I mean, I just have never known for that to happen. So that was pretty strange. If you knocked on the door, if they say the attendant knocked on the door and nobody responded, that does not mean take the emergency key and let yourself into this guest room. How you know that Ashley wasn't in the shower? How he know that she wasn't in there sleep? So you just take the emergency key and just let yourself in. So that don't make sense to me. Now, I'm not saying that this lets Joe McCain off the hook. Not saying that at all. What this tells me is that there was another person that had an interaction with Ashley other than Joe McCain that day that Ashley was found unalive. That's what this tells me. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I have a lot of questions, and I cannot wait until Ashley's parents get to Tanzania and put pressure on them to releasing the videotapes, because I know they have surveillance tapes. I know they do. And I want to see if what that male attendant said, that's what is gonna display on video. That's why it's important that her parents get to Tanzania to put pressure on them to making them release the video footage, because at this point it's just hearsay. Yeah, y'all leave y'all thoughts down in the comment section of what y'all just heard. When I tell y'all, this is so confusing. It really is. It's sad that this young lady had to lose her life the way that she did. But hey, we're here. We might as well talk about it, get it out in the opening. Please leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Share this video with anybody that you know that has been following this case that may have not heard this new update. Share this video so everybody could be on the same page. All right, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. We're going to talk about it later. Child, let me get off this phone and go mind my own business.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We are now surviving Ashley Janae's best friend, pure survival, her alleged best friend. This girl is out here defending this bald-head, possibly serial killer, pure survival. She talking about, you don't know her, okay? They loved each other. You didn't know him either, okay? He loved her and she loved him. She's been my friend since 2022, okay? Everything you're saying about her is so false. You don't know her. 2022, young lady, you don't know her either, pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? And how can you say he loved her? There's people that been with people for 20 years and killed them, and they had loved them, allegedly, pure survival. So how the hell you know when she was only with this dude for a year? You know what I'm talking about? And how do her family feel when they believe that he's guilty? Her family, he not speaking to them, he not giving up no information. He didn't put no money up to fly her body home. None of this stuff yet, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at people because people are keeping her name alive, keeping her, you know what I mean? People talking about this stuff. But you don't know if he loved her or not. You know what I mean? That's how I know you didn't see Forensic Files, Fatal Attraction, the ID channel. Go somewhere and sit down, Brown Becky. Pure survival.
If you are tuned in to the Ashley Janae situation, listen to what I'm about to tell you. Because I just was scrolling and heard a woman who is a whistleblower in Tanzania spilling all the tea. And this is deep, y'all, so just bear with me for a second. So apparently when they were staying in the first hotel, her and Joe McCann, the neighbor in room 24 that had called the management to complain about them fighting said they had been fighting the whole time. And here's why. Joe happened to be a frequent guest at this place, Zanzibar and in Tanzania. He knew women and he was sneaking out at night to go cheat on Ashley. This is all alleged. This is according to a whistleblower, but this is what she is reporting that her source is giving her. So allegedly, he was going out at night every night since they were there, which is heartbreaking to me because, God, her birthday and vacation, and he's spoiling her. At the same time, he is sneaking out, doing his dirty work, and she knows, and she's getting mad, so that's why they were fighting. Then he catches a guy flirting with her in the hotel, and he gets mad, and she's screaming in the lobby, and you're cheating on me. She is telling him and everyone else, this man is cheating on me. He's going out at night, basically getting nookie from other girls. Did I just say that word? Yes. Anyway, then here's another detail. It's almost like I'm starting to feel like he did plan this. 10 people have been arrested in Tanzania in this situation because he knew people. So basically, he also had a friend there that was arrested, a man that was involved. Yeah, that's what this woman is saying. So I don't know how true this is, and this is allegedly, but this is disturbing to me. This is sad. This is giving, I don't know why, but this is giving like Chris Watts vibes, even though it's not like the same situation. It's just, it feels calculated. And it's like, why would you propose to a woman on her birthday and then do this to her? Like the diabolical things that some men do, and I'm not saying all men, but I myself have had situations with crazy, I've had crazy situations like this happen to me. And I definitely want to bring attention to this because this is a form of abuse and domestic violence. And a lot of girls, when they're young, don't know the warning signs and go through this and end up in this situation. And that's, in my opinion, she ended up just trusting and loving a man who was a horrible person. And that's very common. I mean, that happens all the time. A lot of us, a lot of us are fortunate to be alive, but we have survived these situations. I myself had to fight for my life a few times for situations like this because he seems, like I said in my last video about this, he seems like a narcissist. And narcissists are the most dangerous people to be with because number one, I found out through years of dating narcissists that they actually want to see you gone. That's their goal. They want to get you to either commit schmooshide or they want to do it to you. That's what they constantly fantasize about. And so if you are in a relationship, I want this to be a cautionary tale. If you are in a relationship where a person is, these are some red flags with narcissists. They will pick fights, turn it around on you, especially on holidays. Holidays, your birthday, any celebration. Let's say you had a work promotion or anything that centers you versus them. They will cause problems, pick a fight, let you find out that they're cheating, and they always have someone else on the side. So this is something to really, really look out for, ladies, because it is dangerous. I definitely, maybe we'll do a story time later about how I was with one who tried to me in my sleep, and had told me weeks prior that they, wanted to see me in a wheelchair, like for no reason, out of the blue. So these kinds of things happen. And so this is why I don't victim blame, because you guys, a lot of people are saying things about her and it's really sad just because, she liked a glamorous life. And I mean, who doesn't? But it's just sad because she was beautiful and she was young. I just want to cry right now. I really feel for her family. I really, really do. But this man seems like a total narcissistic scumbag, and I hope he gets what he deserves. I mean, in this report, it says that he has been arrested, so we shall see if this is true or not. Stay tuned.
My money is still on the husband, and not because he's white, but because this was her birthday trip. She went and got a new wig, got her lashes did, nails did, toes did, picked out outfits, and created an itinerary for her birthday. She had no idea that this man was going to propose to her in such a beautiful place like Africa. She would have been ecstatic. It's my birthday and my man is proposing to me? Hell yeah. I do not feel like anywhere in her mind it would have been, it's my birthday, my man is here, he didn't propose to me, this is a great time to just end it all. On top of the fact that she black, you want me to keep believing that black people decide to unalive themselves by hanging? It's very hard for me to believe that. It's giving this man found something out while on that trip or before it, and this was all a calculated move. They say he's still in questioning about it, and this is very unfortunate. And this is not a race issue. I'm seeing men talk about if he white, he did it. Black men have been unaliving a woman too. Y'all must have forgot that woman down in Coral Springs who was just recently unalived by her black husband and she was the mayor. And then all the blog sites are posting that it's a suicide already. Like, is there no further investigation? But I don't know. Something smell fishy here. And all I'm going to say is rest in peace to that beautiful woman, Ashley Janae.
So just imagine your 31-year-old daughter going across country with her fiance, having the time of her life. They FaceTime y'all, telling y'all that, hey, we about to get engaged. We getting engaged. She having fun for her birthday. You see a lot of pictures. You see a lot of videos with the girl Ashley having the time of her life. To call her, she speak with her mom one day, and she tell her mom that, they got into it. So they're not in the same room with each other as of now. A few days later, she didn't get a call from her daughter. She got a call from the fiance saying that something happened to Ashley and she had to be rushed to the hospital. To get a call and say that your daughter is no longer here, I had to look at that video. That lady looks nervous. She looks scared, as if it's unreal. That lady could barely speak. That lady is hurting. And you trying to find out, like the mama was speaking as if my daughter wouldn't do such a thing to harm herself, to hurt herself. We already know that, ma'am. We know that. We know who did it. That's why he took that girl across that country, because he know it was going to be hard for a lot of people to try to investigate, to see what really took place, to see what really happened. That's why he did that. Now, I don't know if he could have been in another relationship 9 times out of 10. That's probably what it was. But you go take that girl way over there. See, the thing is, it was already planned. The whole time, in her mind, she knows she gonna have fun, but in his mind, he already had it already planned on what he was going to do. Now, I don't even know if he had an insurance policy on her. Yes, they just got engaged, but if you sign a paper, you could put somebody in insurance. But I know it have to be quite some time before you could probably get a certain amount or whatever. I don't know, y'all. We have to look more into it and see what's going on and what happened. But they said they came in a hotel room and they found the girl from a door. From a door? From a room door? That right there is suspicious. Then they took her to a second hospital where they say strangulation and suffocation. Strangulation and suffocation. What that tell you? Lock him up. I don't know how everything's gonna play out, cause look where he at. Across country. Y'all let me know in the comments. And he was a big CEO and net worth 34 million. Now I heard 200 million. I don't know how true it is. Whether it's 24 or 300 million, that's still a lot of money. That man might end up beating that case. But what happened in the dark always comes to light. I'm going to call y'all babe. Prayers to her family. And I hope he get caught and get his ass locked up. I'm going to call y'all babe.
Hi, I'm Raina. This is my profile, Earth Angel Ray, and I wanted to speak on Ashley Janae, the young lady that was found unalived in her hotel room after being engaged to, after her birthday, and after visiting, Tanzania with her fiance. I want to start this out by saying I am a psychic medium. I have never used my gifts like this before. I've never needed to, and the information I'm about to tell, for the sake of everything, this is just for entertainment. Because yesterday, April 17th, was a new moon in Aries. The veil was super, super thin, therefore my gifts were heightened. Last night, I was going through a deep dive. I'd already looked through Ashley's case, or, trying to figure out all I could, but last night I did it again, even though I know I'm sensitive to such energies, and I became restless. This morning, I laid awake and I received so many spiritual downloads as to what happened, and I felt like Ashley's spirit was trying to communicate with me. Like I said, I've never done this before. I've never tapped into anything like this before. I usually just use my gifts for myself, but getting the downloads that I was getting, I became like restless. I was nervous, anxious, I was shaking, and I just had to write it down. So I wrote down some things that I got, channeled out, and I want to tell you, but I don't want, like, the purpose of this is for justice for Ashley. Anything else, like, please just leave it. If you're not a believer of like anything spiritual, if you feel like the physical world this is just what you see is what you get, please scroll. I don't have the time to argue. So the first thing I wrote down was Ashley's spirit team. It has been very clear to me, because I'm someone, I communicate with my ancestors. Ashley had someone that she was working with on the other side. It could have been an ancestor, a deity, Orisha, angel, spirit guide, whatever. And they have been rallying on the other side to get her justice. The way I found out about Ashley is because I saw her when she posted that picture in Tanzania. I was looking through her pictures. That's when she posted it, on the day she posted it. And I saw that on the day, and then a few days later, I see that she passed. So I was confused, and that's why I looked more into it. I'm sorry if I keep pausing, like my heart's literally racing. The way Ashley's spirit guide or spirit team is trying to get her justice is through coverage. You'll notice a lot of spiritualists are learning about this, or a lot of people have the same story of when they just seen her picture on the Explore page, or they just seen her on Twitter, and now people are saying that she passed away. So now it's bringing more people, more eyes on her situation. That's what's going on, because when I asked my ancestors, they said that they are rallying over there on the other side for Ashley. So if you feel called to speak out, please speak out, literally anything. And I know, like, situations like this, it attracts good and bad, perspectives, but hey, it's helping for the greater good to get her case out, because it's clear that whoever did it wanted it to just be pushed under the rug, right? Okay, after that I said, he planned the trip, ? I'm asking. He surprised her with the location, could have been days before leaving. Like, she didn't know where they were going until days before leaving. He disguised it as, I want to do all the planning, you relax. You get to relax. And there's going to be a reason why he says you get to relax, just wait till the end. Another thing they said was cameras. There were more cameras in Hotel 1 than there were in Hotel 2. This is something that Ashley was aware of before, but she did not know why he actually wanted to move hotels until after this situation happened. She said he made it a money problem. He made it a money problem, like, oh, they're not giving us enough for, enough bang for a buck here. I found something better. And I literally put it, I found something better in quotations. I also want to say, like, if I'm just saying broken sentences, I'm just relaying the information that was given to me. She mentioned that Joe had visited Tanzania before, but he did not let Ashley know that until someone recognized him while they were there. And she was like, oh, you've been here before? And he was like, oh, yeah. So he kind of withheld that information that he's been to Tanzania before.
don't know. That's just what, and maybe that has something to do with him knowing about the hotel, not knowing about the hotel having more cameras than it actually did. Maybe Hotel 1, he visited Hotel 1 before and it didn't have that many cameras. So now when he came back, more cameras. So he went to a hotel that had less cameras to where he was able to do whatever he needed to do. I don't know. I'm just reading. Okay. So she says the atmosphere changed once they got to hotel number 2. He kept trying to bring up the same problem over and over. He was focused. I did ask what the problem was, and she responded that she was not ready to let that be known. Okay. So the way I kind of like it's all over. Like literally like it's all over. I don't have like a straight story, timeline, nothing. I just kind of wrote it. That's why you see me like flipping back and forth. She says, looking back now, I can see that this was premeditated. The signs were there, but there was so much to celebrate. She says she enjoyed when they separated them because he was so intent on arguing without solution. Quotation marks, I could finally relax. And she says her charger mysteriously disappeared. That's exact, like it sounded like, of course, after he leaves, my charger mysteriously disappears. That's how it was conveyed to me. Like it was, sarcasm, like he took it. Her charger mysteriously disappears. She says the hotel staff that gave her the charger was a heavyset woman who spoke little English. She says the proof is in her phone. Proof of whatever I'm saying or whatever happened, the proof of is in her phone. Text messages - Google searches. So whatever she was searching up, she could have been searching for flights back home or something. Her Google searches will tell. And she also gave me her password. She says, after I could finally relax, he snuck in while she was sleeping or resting. She said she was the way, like she wasn't paying attention, like her awareness was off, basically, like she was resting. So she doesn't know how he got in. She had been so tired due to pregnancy. She also had mood swings, but knew not to encourage his arguments. He was aware of the pregnancy. And that is all she gave me to speak on. I want to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, please don't say it. I really didn't even want to do this, but it felt like I needed to. Okay, so let's just try to be good people, especially with people who are not able to defend themselves. Thank you. Last thing that I forgot to mention was that she did not think in a million years that he would become violent with her. He was very sweet. This is what she told me. He was very loving. Nothing could have gave her the idea that he meant her ill. He meant to harm her in any way. Nothing. She said she would have never went on the trip with him if she had known he had bad intentions for her. And I feel like her saying that has something to do with her reading comments, like what people are saying about her, the good and the bad, and she's kind of like defending herself, like, why do you think I would, if he showed this behavior to me, don't you think I would have let him go? That's kind of the energy she's giving. Like she's defending herself, basically. Like I wouldn't go on a trip with this man if I knew.
I've received several requests to look at the Ashley Janae situation. She's the influencer found dead in her Tanzania hotel room. Many are speculating that her fiance Joe McCann had something to do with it. So let's take a look at him. First, the way a person voluntarily poses for the camera, as well as how they pose with their partner, is often very informative. This man's signature pose is definitely more of a 3/4 angle or some other configuration where he isn't straightforward with the camera, which lets me know that he isn't really interested in being truly seen. This is going to be someone who prefers indirect and nonverbal communication. I'd expect him to do a lot of maneuvering. That combined with his intense gaze and tucked chin indicates that he is also quite perceptive, taking it all in and preferring discretion in doing so. So I would expect him to be more calculated and excellent at reading people and a room. It probably serves him well in business. He is most likely an excellent marksman, great at identifying his target in any context and hitting the mark. And this photo is quite interesting. I think it speaks for itself. He has quite a bit of darkness in all of his photos, but this was one of the more extreme ones. His disposition appears more neutral in his solo photos, whereas when he is with Ashley, there is this darkness and interesting facial expression like a predator that is about to devour its prey. He also appears to be very high in pretty much every photo with her, whereas you can typically tell a person is high on marijuana in the eye area. With uppers like white powder or Adderall, it is most obvious in the nose and mouth area. Almost like it opens up their nasal passage in many ways, and oftentimes their lips will be parted as well. He also has that hungry, thirsty look, which typically indicates that a man has an excessive amount of sexual energy and will most likely lack self-control in that department. But you could also consider it as an unsettled look, like they are on the hunt. Given the way he presents, the idea of him being responsible for her passing really isn't far-fetched. What I can see, but I can't really show you, is that this man appears to have many vices, and he is committed to them. I'd expect the majority of his actions to be self-serving to feed off his many addictions. Dark spirits like this typically seek naive or forgiving people since it allows them to engage in their various behind-the-scenes activities. She looks pretty and kind, but inexperienced and naive. So she probably saw some signs of his true nature, but didn't necessarily know how to interpret them.
So I was looking at Ashley Janae's post from, like, you know how you be nosing when something happened to somebody, you go down a rabbit hole. And I found some interesting comments under her pictures. It's like somebody knew something was gonna happen to her. I'm gonna pin it in the comments. I'm gonna pin it in the video so y'all can see it, but it's on her Instagram. And at the end of the day, that man did it. He did it. He definitely did it. Cause no way you went on your dream vacation. It was your birthday and you hung yourself. No. I'm not buying it. Fuck all that. And then you doing it overseas, knowing you might 50-50, you might get away with it. You might get away with it. I don't know. You know, you're a white man. You said they trying to clarify it as a suicide, and I don't believe that. Like, that's so crazy. That girl was beautiful, and I hate that for her. Rest in peace to her. But I'm gonna show y'all the clips. Just keep watching.
So people are pulling up Ashley Janae's old posts about black men. And I get it. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. But it doesn't mean this girl deserved what happened to her. So in one of her posts, she replied to someone, "Oh, brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about older Miami men, not white, beating their women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine." In another post, she wrote, "Every day black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." So people are basically like, isn't it ironic that you did all this talking down on black men and you uplifted white men, but to turn around and be unalived by one? And keep in mind, nothing has been verified. We don't know anything. The investigation is ongoing. So this is just what people are saying. There's no confirmation that he is guilty of any crime. Let me make that clear. But all the evidence points to you know who. If you look at this girl's pictures, look at these pictures. It's not giving, I don't plan on being here. But for y'all that were following Ashley Janae, could y'all let me know how long was she in a relationship with this man, Joe McCann? How was the relationship with Joe McCann and Ashley's family? I have so many questions, like, were there any red flags that the family were concerned about? Yeah, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is definitely not giving that I did not plan on being here. For some weird reason, I guess because she's trending, she popped up on my IG and I actually went through her page, and this does not give I did not plan on being here.
Man, so Cardi B reacts to the news of Miami influencer Ashley Janae being accused of unaliving herself on birthday vacation. Cardi B said that girl did not offer herself. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't care what the police say down there. The whole world know that shit ain't happen like that. Shorty got engaged also, and she looked happy as hell on the video. All of her friends and family said this story cap as hell. I'm pretty sure she would have left some type of signs, bro. And I'm tired of us being against each other because Shorty was dating out of race. I'm seeing black men happy as hell in the comments like they happy that happened to her. I don't care who you decide to date. I don't wish that on nobody. This same woman could be my sister, mama, friend, anything. This is somebody loved one that done passed away and y'all sitting making jokes. And that's what made Cardi B a real one, because she gonna speak up for the people. Ain't got nothing to do with her, but she knows she got a platform to bring awareness to the situation. We need most celebrities posting about this shit, bro. Speak up. Every woman should be posting this, bro. This could be you. Every man needs to share her story too, bro. Her family need answers. Facts.
Stop looking for love in all the wrong places. This whole Ashley Janae situation has really broken my heart. But it's a case of, to me, looking for love in all the wrong places. It's giving online dating love, looking for love online, not knowing who the hell these men are online. A lot of them are narcissists, psychopaths. It's giving, because a man got money, you just lower all your boundaries. You just throw caution to the wind. So what, a man got money? That don't mean he mentally stable. It's giving that man plotted and planned on that woman. What man that got any type of moral compass would take a woman on a dream vacation, and then it was her birthday too, and do what I believe, or allegedly what people are saying he probably did to the woman? 31 years old, had a whole life ahead of her, and he looked like he was a little bit weathered, like he done been here for some time. Like he came down and was a grown-ass man walking the planet before as she came out the womb, looking for love in all the wrong places. It's bad out here. I ain't gonna lie to you. The dating scene is not for the weak, but you can't lose all your sensibility because a man is talking that talk, talking that good ear candy. That because he got that paper, you think, oh wow, I done hit the jackpot. Oh, he gotta be the one. I'm gonna get on a plane. I'm gonna go somewhere with him, and I'm not gonna have my guard up. You got to have your guard up. A lot of these crazies out here, they will put on an Academy Award performance, and they'll have you hook, line, and sinker. But I say in a case like this, is a case of looking for love in all the wrong places with Ashley Janae, and also in situations like this, I think the lesson learned here is you gotta have somebody that's in your life that is a sounding board for you. Someone that is going to not be a yes person, but someone who's going to be able to be discerning. Someone who's willing to be objective. Someone who's not easily impressed by all that glitters and shines. She needed someone in her life to say, hey girl, slow down. You've been dating this man a year. I know he looked like he could be the one, but slow down. Maybe do a background check on him. Maybe, every time he say, come on, let's go, maybe don't go. See what he's like when he's angry. See what he likes when you say no and don't give in to him. What is his demeanor like? Because they're reporting that they had an argument and had to be separated, out there slugging it out like Evander and Tyson. Arguing back and forth so bad they had to be separated. Next thing, she found in the room unalived. I had to come on here because the story just hurt my heart. A beautiful young lady had so much going for her, and to think she went out like that. So for us left behind, to me the message is stop looking for love in all the wrong places, and don't throw caution to the wind just because it's sounding good and looking good. Always, go to God or go to a friend or a family member who can help you look a little deeper, because sometimes what's beneath the surface is really what you want to get to. Because this guy, he wasn't who we or she thought he was. As always, kings and queens, go about your day. Make it a great one. If you're not liking, following, sharing, and reposting, please do so.
You know what's even more scarier about the situation? Let's just say there wasn't any red flags. Let's just say he never presented any red flags, right? He was really Mr. Picture Perfect. Let's just say that. Can you imagine going out of the country with someone you think you know and love literally killing you? I can't even imagine what her final sight was. Like, she probably didn't even recognize that man. That man literally, if he did it, which I think we all know that he probably did, literally probably didn't even recognize him in the face. Like, he literally just looked like a fucking demon. A completely different person doing what he was doing. That's even more scarier to me. That if there was no red flags, and then all of a sudden the man that just proposed to you is literally like killing you. That's fucking terrifying.
Guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Did you think that this girl unalived herself? Did you think the man did it? What did you think? I want you to drop your comment in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.